It's mathematics time, it's mathematics time. Let's all get ready now, it's mathematics time. Are you all ready for math time? That's good. But before that, let us first have our brain teaser. So I have here a puzzle, and you are going to figure out the answer to this puzzle. I will give you 5 seconds to think. Go. What is your answer? Is it 14? If it's 14, then that means you got it right. Good job! For today, we will study how to simplify factors. So, it's now time to get your book and open it on pages 87 to 89. We have here 2/5 times 7/10. Do you still remember how to multiply fractions? We will use that as our first method to solve this problem. So that will be 2 times 7 because we will multiply the numerators over 5 times 10, that means multiplying the denominators. 2 times 7 is 14, 5 times 10 is 50. And then after we have come up with our product, then we will simplify. We will simplify by dividing the numerator and the denominator by their GCF. The GCF of 14 and 50 is 2. So that means we will divide both of them by 2. That will give us 7 over 25. So 2/5 times 7/10 is 7 over 25 in simplest form. Now let us solve the same problem, but we will simplify first before we multiply. The first thing that we will do is to write them as a single fraction. So that means it is 2 times 7 over 5 times 10. To simplify first before multiplying, look at the numerators, the number in our numerators and the number in the denominators. Are there numbers in the numerator that have common factor with the numbers in the denominator? Okay, 2 and 10 have common factor of 2. That means we will divide both of them by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And then 7 and 5, no common factor. So we will proceed to multiplication. We now have 1 times 7, and that is 7. And 5 times 5 is 20. So 2/5 times 7/10 is 7 over 25. And as you can see, it is the same answer as the answer in the previous method that we use. Now let us have 5/8 times 14/15. So we will simplify first before we multiply. 5 and 15 have common factor of 5. Divide them both by 5. This will be 1 and this will be 3. 14 and 8, the common factor is 2. So 14 will be 7 and 8 will be 4. So 1 times 7 over 4 times 3. 1 times 7 is 7 over 12. So 5/8 times 14/15 is 7/12. And it is already in simplest form since we simplify first before we multiply. Let us try this one. We have 3/8 times 2/9. So 3 and 9, common factor is 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 2 and 8, common factor is 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. So that will be 1 times 1 over 4 times 3. 1 times 1 is 1 over 4 times 3 is 12. Next, 4/7 times 7/12. So 4 and 12, common factor is 4. This will be 1 and this will be 3. 7 and 7, of course, themselves, they will both be 1. Then we have 1 times 1 over 1 times 3. 1 times 1 is 1 and 1 times 3 is 3. So 4/7 times 7/12 is 1/3. Next, 5 6 times 3 tenths. So 5 and 10 both can be divided by 5. So this will be 1 and this will be 2. 3 and 6 both can be divided by 3. So this will be 1 and this will be 2. That is 1 times 1 is 1 over 2 times 2 is 4. Next, 3/4 times 5/9. So 3 and 9, the common factor is 3. So this will be 1 and this will be 3. 5 and 4 don't have common factor, so leave them. It is now 1 times 5, that is 5. And 4 times 3 is 12. So the answer is 5/12. Now we have 2/3 times 9/10. So we have 2 and 10. Common factor is 2. So this will be 1 and this will be 5. 9 and 3. Common factor is 3. So this will be 3 and this will be 1. So 1 times 3 is 3 over 1 times 5 is 5. So the answer is 3/5. Now suppose we have our example here, 3/5 times 6/7. Why do you think can't we simplify this before we multiply? Do you have any idea? That's a good guess. We cannot simplify this before we multiply because there are no common factors in the numbers in the numerators and in the numbers in the denominators. So that means you will multiply the numerators first, multiply the denominators first, and then simplify the answer later. So 3 times 6 is 18 over 5 times 7 is 35. So we have 18 over 35. And since there's no other common factor between 18 and 35 other than 1, then that means 18 over 35 is already in simplest form. For these numbers, you may pause the video first and answer them, and then later, after you have answered all of them, you may play the video again and then see if your answers are correct. Now see if you get the same answer. If you do, then that means very good. That's great.